Showtime! For those that care, here's the front of the packaging. The back, side, side. Okay, so kicking it off, we have 4 faceplates that Blue Evolution Vegeta comes with. And throughout the duration of this video, this is how I'll be referring to him instead of Deep Blue Vegeta. But yeah, 4 faceplates, and here you can see them compared with the official release by Tamashii Nations. Now, to be fair, one thing to always note before I continue with this comparison is that this is supposed to technically be a different form of Vegeta. Not even technically, it is a different form of Vegeta. It's Super Saiyan Blue Evolution. It's not normal Super Saiyan Blue. So, of course, it's going to have the aesthetic difference, which we can see here. It has the more metallic blue and a more royal blue color to it. And the other blue, Super Saiyan Blue, is more cyan, like it is in the show. Either way, for the most part, the expressions are all the same. How they're done is a little bit different. What I mean by that is this. If you look at the eye shape, and I'll zoom in a little bit, or I'll post closer pictures in the video, you can see that the Deep Blue Vegeta has that more angular, squeezed eye look, that more intense, squinting eye look for the anger. And for the Tamashii release, they based theirs off that more squared off art style for the eyes. I'll show exactly what I mean in a picture somewhere in the video. But other than that, oh yeah, and also of course with the Blue Evolution you have the pupil inside the eye, which is something else I'll zoom into. You'll see. Now another big difference with this is of course the Super Saiyan God head, and I literally mean head, because if this is your first time watching, you don't know this, or maybe you do know this, but the red faceplate comes as a whole head by itself. Here's the back piece right here. I had it off to the side. But with the Blue Evolution, you only get the main head, and of course, you just swap out the faceplates, which makes sense. Other than that, faceplates are all painted very crisply. There's not much more you could ask for in terms of facial expressions. The only thing you could ask for with the facial expressions is that the face sculpts get a little better, and that has been improved upon with the new advent of Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. But this is not about that. Moving on to the hands. Okay, so for the hands, you could probably already see some of the differences, but sorry, it was a fly on my camera. But a big difference is, one, that pearlescent blue finish on the hands of the Blue Evolution Vegeta. And 2, as you can see, it comes with some extra hands. So let's go through the hands real quick. Yeah, both have thumbs up hands, fist hands, open palm hands, martial arts pose hands, grabby hands, and of course, here's the difference. The Blue Evolution Vegeta comes with the Big Bang attack hands, and it comes with the, I think in the video games they call it Final Impact. Basically, where he turned Majin Buu into a donut by shooting a blast through his stomach. But yeah, those are the main differences. Blue Evolution Vegeta also comes with the crossed arms accessory, and to be honest, I don't know why they can't get the paint job right on these crossed arms, but I guess it's a little better than the Tamashii release. It's kind of out of focus. Let me focus on that one real quick so y'all can see. But yeah, it's a little better than the Tamashii release. And all, different paint job. It's a more metallic-ish, glossy, lighter blue. The Tamashii release is a flat paint job, and it's navy blue. Okay, and for the last accessory, you get a Super Saiyan Blue Evolution aura effect. Now the aura effect isn't super complex in the way of coloring. It starts off kind of a lighter blue in the middle, and as you get to the edges, a darker blue. Something you could probably see on the camera, but not as well. I feel like it makes the color look a bit more uniform on camera. But that's about it. And here is Vegeta in front of his aura effect. Now, the way I got the camera set up now, it's making him look like he's almost the same size as the aura effect, and that couldn't be further from the truth. The aura effect is decently bigger than him. But with that being said, that's it. Psych! We're not getting into articulation just yet. If you were wondering, the heads are swappable between the two, and it's funny because the heads being on swapped look a lot more accurate to the anime. Although I will say this looks more like the blue Vegeta that would have been in the Goku Black Arc or the Tournament of Power. But either way, moving on. Okay, so for aesthetic comparisons, the sculpt is exactly the same with one minor adjustment on the Blue Evolution Vegeta, but we'll get into that during articulation. Now, starting from the head, he has a metallic blue finish, and the blue itself is more of a royal blue because it's Blue Evolution. And the spandex has a more kind of glossy finish, glossy finish. Now the gloves and the boots have a pearlescent finish to them. If you want a comparison, it's more like the Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku. And it has a bluish tint to it, which looks very nice. I'll show pictures of it. And you also have seen it when I did the overview of the hands accessories. Now, for regular Blue Vegeta, of course, his outfit isn't all glossy because, in the show it's depicted Blue Evolution as being kind of shiny. So the regular Blue Vegeta, matte finish, navy blue to him. Overall, very nice looking. They both are nice in their own rights, but they're both trying to accomplish different things because it's technically different forms. The reason why I'm comparing them is because a lot of people may have not been able to pick up the Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta from Tamashii Nations, and now, aftermarket prices, yikes. So this would be their best option for a stand-in Blue Vegeta. And if they don't want to use this hair color, they can use something I'll get into towards the end of the video. But with that being said, on to articulation. Also, real quick, in case you cared, yes, you can fit the Kong Studios Ultra Ego Vegeta head onto the Demoniacal Fit Blue Evolution body. As usual, I would just say heat that head up first before you put it on, and heat it up when you want to take it off, so you don't end up destroying your figure in some way. So looking down, he looks down about that far, and he can look up decently far. Arms going out to the side, about 90 degrees. Bringing the arms across the chest, pretty much non-existent. Same going back, 360 degree rotation. Swivel at the top of the bicep. Split jointed elbow, works great. Hinge, and swivel at the wrist. Okay, for his midsection. Tilt that much, so it's pretty trash. Leaning back, you can lean him back decently far, and leaning him forward, it's alright. Now here's a little side note. Of course, if you want him to lean back really super duper far, you can use the hip leg joints, but that's more a function of his leg joints than his actual midsection. Same thing going forward. Okay, so moving on with the leg articulation. One thing I want to note is that if you can see, it splits fairly far. Now let's look at the standard release. I'm gonna put them. You can see that the leg splits go out a little bit further. I don't know, it seems a bit more significant, but I feel like that little bit of difference is significant to a certain extent. Either way, moving on. Beyond perfect front to black splits, upper thigh rotation, double jointed knee. Ankle rocker is okay. Ankle goes down that far, up that far, so not very good at all. And you get a barely usable toe hinge. It's not usable, actually. That shit trash. Anyways, moving on to striker pose.
Observe.
Okay, so future bombastic talking here, and basically I wanted to mention two things. First thing is, when I was posing around this figure for the striker pose segment, which I'm taking the pictures after the video has been recorded, I noticed that the right leg kept on popping off, and that can be a bit annoying, and definitely is something noteworthy. Now luckily it's not breaking and it easily pops back on, but definitely something to note. Now the second thing is, another third-party company by the name of Taunton Art Toys is also doing a Super Saiyan Blue Evolution head, and it looks, as well as a plethora of other Vegeta heads, and they all look wonderful, way better than this head, and this head looks pretty good. So, that's all. Okay, so Vegeta's height, to the top of his head, he is about 6 inches tall. To the top of his forehead, just a little under 5. Here is Blue Evolution Vegeta next to a bunch of other S.H.Figuarts figures. And as you can see, fits right in. No problems there. Okay, so for my closing thoughts, starting off with the rating. For articulation, 7.8 out of 10. The core and the feet suck. For aesthetic, 8.5 out of 10. That pearlescent finish on the gloves and the boots is nice. The metallic blue paint is gorgeous. And of course, for accessories, 9.5 out of 10. I can't think of anything more that I would want. Maybe instead of an aura effect, I would say a blast effect. But yeah, it comes with a lot of accessories, and especially for the price point, which is what, just at $50. And I didn't have any QC issues while I was handling the figure, so that's another plus. But if you want this figure, you know, one of the best places to get it, you know what, I'm not even gonna say all that, because they're not paying me for a sponsorship. But the place that you can get it is 5ktoys.com, or I think they might have it on OmniMay. OmniMay. You know what I'm talking about. I'll put the screen capture somewhere in the video. But with that being said, overall rating 8.6 out of 10. That's the objective rating. My subjective rating is more or less the same thing, 8.5 out of 10. This is definitely a very solid release. If you missed out on the previous Blue Vegeta, I think you should pick this guy up. Like I said, even though it's a third-party figure, doesn't have any QC issues that I've had handling it. You can let me know in the comment section below if you've had problems with it. But all that being said, this has been BombasticPlastic. Don't do anything drastic and stay fantastic.